So we got another good one to go over here, and I'll tell you what, guys, there's going to be a couple hands you don't want to miss. This is also going to run for between like 15 and 20 minutes, so kind of sit back, like I say, man, grab a bottle of water, some Gatorade, or some coffee, and we're going to lock in. Now, as I'm getting into this, I'm going to give a little background on myself. I do want to talk about how IG works, though. It's on a points scale, so like the more you play, the more points you get. It's a little bit different. But I'll tell you what, uh, you know, I play basically like 4 to 5 times per week, guys. And, I play these mid state games. That's really all I play. But I've been on here for, I want to say it's been 10 years, if not longer. But it's been at least 10 years at this point. I've done well playing mid stakes. That's all I'm going to say about that. But, as far as the points go, it's pretty cool. It's a little bit different. And, we have an awesome community. I'm going to have that in the pinned comment. You can talk to me one on one more about that. I can kind of give you some more insight in there. And also, guys, like if you're watching this, kind of struggling, maybe playing some lower games or whatever level you're currently at, and you can't seem to get out of there, man, it's another reason I would recommend getting in our community, okay? Also, you guys could tap the like, and let's get right into this. And, the seven deuce here, man, we were never playing this. Okay, it looked like King High took that down, but we're going to kind of get things going pretty early on here with a Queen 6 suited. So this is a hand that I'm always going to be defending in the big blind all the time. If you look at like GTO, all that kind of stuff, you're always going to be calling here as well. Probably small or big blind. The thing about this, guys, and I say this too, like, when you're moving up, you're going to play against better quality of players, and you need to adjust a little bit, right? You have to get away from just, kind of like using one strategy over another. It's really about exploiting opponents, putting them on hands and then kind of just making plays against them, which means you got to bluff, okay? You got to bluff. It's something you got to do. It can be uncomfortable for people, but you get better at it over time, and that's really what this is all about. But yeah, we are going to be making a call here, and it's going to get interesting with this Queen 6. I'll say that much. All right. I think player 4 is going to get out the way. Pretty sure player 6 is going to come along as well. If we take a look at the table, looks like player 3 was doing pretty good in this one. Player 1 starting to creep up a little bit. But not a bad flop because we've got runner cards for flushes, straights. We also have, a queen to the board, which could be good if we hit a queen on the turn. You never know. And it's hard to know, but we're not going to be going anywhere. We just have too many good cards that could come on the turn here. So see what player 2 does. Pretty sure he just called this. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. All right, player 2, what you gonna do, man? All right, he got out the way. So it's just gonna be me and player 6. Pick up stick. I had to say it, y'all. All right, turn card is a deuce. Now, the flush is not there, but we now have 2 more ways we could get there with the straight. And guess what? We did. And you know what was really, brutal about this card? Player 6 has got an ace. He's in trouble. And you know what? That's exactly what I was putting him on. So I went for a pretty big sizing here. We just went for the pot size. Player 6 is going to do exactly what I was hoping for. He's just going to come over the top, and he's going to show us the ace. Bad news for you, dude. I do apologize for that. It was unlucky right there, but guess what? We took down a nice one, and that's kind of how we're gonna start things off. But don't go anywhere because we are just getting warmed up, and it's gonna get good, guys. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, it's been like 10 years that I've been on here. It's a long time, man. It's a long time. But I'm still doing my thing, man. And there's a reason for it. There is a reason for it indeed. All right, 4 deuce. Got that big 4 deuce, man. And we would have hit trip deuces on the flop. That's just something. It'd be pretty kind of, brutal to see a 4 on the river here. Let's hope it doesn't happen. All right, player 2 going for the 79 piece. Look at that, man. No idea what player two had, but a 9 came on the river, which would have put us in a weird spot. But not like I was ever playing the 4 deuce. I mean, if it was suited, I mean, sure, maybe, but yeah, we're not on that 4 deuce. Okay, 4 deuce. Man, I'll tell you what. All right, 7-9 off. Gonna be folding that. No, sir. We ain't play no 7-9 offsuit. Now, when it's suited, it's always different, but not suited, pretty easy fold for us. Would have paired the 7 here. Would have paired that 7. All right, 5-9, easy fold. All right, so a little bit of a lull right here, but you know it's all good. We'll get back on track here shortly. All right, come on now. Come on now. Okay, on to the next one here. All right, here we had king queen. This was actually a pretty weird hand. I was a little bit torn on what to do here. Player two, I believe, is going to open here. We're not okay. He's going to kick it up to this 1750 piece, and then it's kind of back on us. Like, what do we do here? I think that it's just a call. I'm not going to be raising. I mean, he's trying to say he's got a pretty good hand. Okay, so we're just going to call, see if we can get a good flop here, and it's not going to be bad. We're going to be heads up, and we hit top pair. A lot of draws out there. You got the diamonds. I mean, you got some queen jack suiteds I could see as well. He's going to continue here. I'm just going to call. I'll let him do the raising at this point. Turn card's going to be a 3, which was a safe card. We're really not losing to a whole lot at this point. Ace king's possible. Could also be up against king queen. I could see that. I could also see some diamond draws here. So I'm expecting player two to go at it again. He does pretty large. We're going to call. River card is a 3 of diamonds, which was the card we didn't want to see. The problem here too is we're not blocking diamonds at this point. So like all I can really do here is if he wants to raise again, just call or let this go. Or hopefully we just check to showdown because I have no idea what he's got. But it definitely felt like he had something pretty strong here. Pot's got 212 in it. I'm just kind of like letting the clock run down a little bit here, which I think is fine. He's going to end up checking it, and we took it down. I just don't think, and let me know too, like, would you guys have gone for some value there? I mean, he was kind of coming at us, and I didn't know what he had. The diamonds got there. I was also thinking if he's got ace king, we're behind. Pocket aces, we're behind. And the other thing too is like if he had king queen, it's going to be a split there. So, it is what it is. I'm curious though, would you have gone for some value there or not? All right, anyways, on to the next one. Ace 4 offsuit. Not a bad card. It gives us, a 5 to a straight. Plus we could still hit an ace here. So I feel like we got about 8 outs going to the river here. If we can make it to the river, and I think we did, and we didn't get anything. So no reason to bluff at this. It's kind of just like a check fold spot, Sometimes bluffing just doesn't make any sense, so just don't do it, So I'm not going to do it. We're just going to let it be. And, yeah, ace 5 took it down. All right, jack 8, another fold here. Okay, and we keep chugging along here. I hope you're still with me because we got another big hand coming up, though. Queen 6 off. Going to be folding this. All right, player one's going to kick it up to the 60 piece. Pretty nice. Nice spot. Now, player two re-raised him. I think that's probably going to get it done here, and it did. All right, player took it down. He obviously had a... Player two took it down. It had a big hand right there, so it is what it is. This kind of brings us up to the moment, guys, and like I said, as we're getting into this really final spot here that was just pretty wild. Man, get in the community, guys. Especially like if you want to just see more about like the points and stuff. I am actually top tier. Okay, so I'm a top tier, whatever the highest tier is. I am. More on that in the community as well. But here we go. Ace deuce suited. I always play these ace X suited. It doesn't really matter what it is, right? I'm always going to see a flop with it, which is what I'm going to do here. And it's going to get interesting. This is also pretty unexpected, but I think you'll understand why I kind of stuck with this one, You also got to be thinking, too, we're pretty deep in this game, and things can happen, That's all I can say. Things can happen because they can. All right, player four, I think is going to fold this. I slowed this one down. I just like going over my thought process in some of these spots. All right, he's going to raise it pretty small. He's going to do a little min. We are going to make the call here. No reason to re-raise. There's still two people to act after us, so we're just going to call. All right, I'm back over to player one. All right, player one is, I want to say he raises. Let me see. He might have just called, though. Can't really remember. If if we get raised here, like I said, I'm always going to be seeing a flop. And he is going to raise. He's going to kick it up to the 65 piece, and we are going to make a call here and see what happens, okay? I'm pretty comfortable doing this. Let's see what comes out. Not a bad flop at all. Couple things going on here. We could be up against ace-king. Pocket aces, very unlikely because we have an ace. I'm going to end up checking it. Turn card's going to be a king of spades. So this turn card was so interesting because it gives us the nut flush. If another spade comes, we also have a 5 to a straight. And if I try to put all, and we could hit a deuce here on the river too, which could give us two pair and be good. So, let's put the outs together here. I mean, there's a lot of them. He's gonna go pretty hefty here. He's gonna put 91 out on the turn, and we got there on the river with the 6 of spades. So whatever this guy's got, if he's got ace king, he's getting stacked. If he's got pocket kings, he's getting stacked. It doesn't really matter at this point. I don't think if he makes a big play here, obviously I don't think he's bluffing, but he just ran into it. He's going to put a 240 piece out there. Obviously, we're going to get the rest of it here. It was just kind of bad luck for this guy. But at the same time, man, we did have a lot of outs going to the river. Okay, we really did. So here we go. He is going to snap this off, and we're going to take it down, man. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed another one here. Obviously I'm always playing. You need anything, man. You need anything at all, just message me. Get in that community, and we'll see you in the next one.